You ever send a message and then, like magic, your phone suggests creating a calendar event? Or maybe you've seen an email where a flight number or a tracking code is just automatically highlighted for you. It really feels like your device is reading your mind, right? Well, it's not magic. It's this super fascinating technology that turns our normal, everyday language into something a computer can actually understand and do something with. Okay, let's get into it.
I mean, seriously, think about that for a second. How does a machine look at a simple sentence like this and just know that Sarah is a person, that 2 p.m. tomorrow is a specific time, and that the whole point is to create an event? This is the exact puzzle we're going to solve today. We are pulling back the curtain on how this digital magic trick really works. So the technology that makes all this happen, it's called entity extraction. And its whole goal, its entire reason for being, is to take the chaotic, kind of messy way we humans write and talk and translate it into a perfectly clear, organized format that a computer can work with. It's all about bringing clarity out of our natural language chaos. Right, so the main thing to get here is that entity extraction basically acts like a digital detective. It sifts through that jumble of human language, finds the nouns that actually matter, we call those entities, and then neatly organizes them into clean, structured data. It's the bridge that takes us from chaos to clarity. And this right here shows that transformation perfectly. On the left, you've got a totally normal sentence from a news article. To a computer, that's just a string of characters. But after entity extraction, look what you get on the right. The computer now knows Tim Cook is a person, Apple Inc. is an organization, and so on. It's the exact same information, but now it's actionable. So how do we get from point A to point B? Well, it all starts with step 1, the cleanup. Before a machine can even start to figure out a sentence, it has to get the text ready for analysis. You can think of it like a detective, carefully dusting for fingerprints before they even start looking at the clues. This pep work involves a few key moves. First is tokenization, which I know sounds technical, but it just means breaking a sentence down into individual words or tokens. Then the machine does part of speech tagging, labeling each word. This is a noun, this is a verb, you get the idea. And this is super important because the entities we're looking for are almost always nouns. Next up is lemmatization, which kind of boils words down to their root form. So running and ran both just become run. And finally, sentence segmentation splits the whole text into separate sentences so the computer can tackle them one at a time. Now, you might also hear about something called removing stop words. You know, super common words like the, and in. And yeah, this can help cut down on the noise, but it's an optional step. Why? Well, because sometimes those little words are part of an important name, like in the United States of America. You definitely wouldn't want to accidentally delete the. All right, so the text is all clean and organized. Now we get to the really cool part, step 2. The system can start its actual detective work, finding the clues. This whole stage is about spotting the words and phrases that might be those important entities we're looking for. The official techie name for this is named entity recognition, or just NER for short. And this is the heart of the whole operation. NER is the specific algorithm that scans the prepped text and flags anything that looks like it could be a name, a company, a place, or a date. So how does NER actually do it? Well, there are 2 main ways. You've got simple pattern matching, like a basic rule that says if you see Mr. followed by a capitalized word, it's probably a name. But the real power, the real magic, is in the statistical models. These are super smart AI systems that have analyzed billions and billions of sentences. They don't just follow rules. They've learned the probability that a word is a person or a place based on all the other words around it, kind of like how we humans do. Okay, we are on the home stretch now with our final step. Step 3, labeling the evidence. The system has found all the potential clues, all those potential entities. Now it needs to sort them and stick the correct label on each one, just like a detective organizing everything on an evidence board. And these are the kinds of labels it uses. The most common categories are pretty much what you'd expect. Person for people's names, organization for companies, location for places, and date/time for, well, dates and times. And of course, you can have other custom categories for things like products or money or specific events. This table just makes it crystal clear. The NER system spots Sarah and Tim Cook and goes, yep, that's a person. It sees Apple Inc. and knows that's an organization. California gets tagged as a location, and 2 p.m. tomorrow is correctly labeled as date/time. See? The system has successfully sorted all the important pieces of information. So, what's the point of all this? We've cleaned the text, We've identified the entities, and we've classified them. The final stage is the structured payoff. This is where we present all this awesome data in a format that other applications can actually use. This structured data can be handed over in a few ways. It might be a simple list, or it could be a JSON or XML file. Just think of those as universal languages that let different computer programs share data with each other. Or it can be used to build something really powerful called a knowledge graph, which is like this giant web of connections that visually maps out how all these different people, places, and things are related. And that brings us right back to the central theme, doesn't it? The entire journey from a simple human sentence to a complex computer file is all about this one goal. It's about taking the fluid, kind of messy world of our language and translating it into the rigid, logical world of computer data. So that magic we talked about at the very beginning, your phone understanding your lunch plans, it's not magic at all. It's really this elegant three-step process. First, you clean the text to get it ready. Second, you identify all the key pieces inside it. And third, you classify those pieces into useful categories. That's it. Clean, identify, and classify.